and it is called Cano, or however they want to say it. Cano Americano. Okay, hey y'all, I am back. It's your girl. I'm back, and I'm here today with an all glam wedding inspired, marital vibe inspired. That's why I'm wearing my robe. Okay, but yes, we are channeling major wedding vibes with this look. Super glowy, super glam, but wearable for a wedding if you want to be that bride. I know there's some brides that like don't do the whole glam thing, but if I was getting married, like this is like the look. Glam, but it's not in your face. It's like looking like I could steal your aunties, your sisters, your mamas. But this is the look. It's honestly a pretty simple look. We only used 4 colors, 2 palettes, so easy tangs. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. But before I let you guys go, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment for your girl. Let me know if you like it. Any questions, anything. Okay, leave anything. You don't have to leave nothing special. Just leave something. But yes, I will let you guys go so we can get into the video. Don't call me a rapper, but that was box. So I'm just gonna start with my brow. We're gonna do a natural brow. We don't want it to be too bold. Well, I don't want it to be too bold. Y'all can know what you want. We're just gonna fast forward through the brow and I'll be back. Okay, so I've completed the first part of my eyebrows and now we're gonna go in with the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna use a primer. This one is Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, or there's a better one than this, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so my eyes are primed. I'm just using a primer so that the colors kind of have something to hold onto and have a little bit more of a pop. The colors won't really pop or show too well if you don't have a primer, like if you're just putting it on your skin, so get a primer. Okay, let's get into the eyes. So it's gonna be glam, but it's gonna be simple enough for like it to not take that much time and for it to be like redoable. We're gonna start with this palette, the Warrior palette. We're gonna use a couple colors in here, but we're gonna start. Bruh. Please excuse how dirty this palette is. We're gonna go in with this color here, and it is called Cano, or however they want to say it. Cano Americano. So I'm just gonna dip into that color, and that's gonna act as my transition color. And I'm using my 224, and I'm gonna blend that on the lid. We're gonna build this color. Not too dark, just enough to see it. Taking it into this region is gonna give it a little bit more depth, and we're all about depth. And then we're gonna go into our second color. I'm actually gonna go in, this might be a little bit weird, but I'm gonna use the Studio Fix powder, just a little bit of it before I transition into the darkest color. I kind of just like to start out light and work my way into like the darkness so that I don't play myself, because it's hard to take color off. It's not hard to put color on. So we're gonna go in with just a little bit of this. So we're just gonna use a little bit, and I'm just gonna keep that in the corner. And I'm gonna pull it as well here. For my girls that are not good with eyeshadow, the trick is to kind of go back and forth between the colors. There's nothing that says that after you put on, like after using one color, like you just can't go back into that color. So I'm gonna go into this Dirty palette I'm gonna go in with this James Charles palette. I'm gonna go in with the darkest brown that's in the palette. It's not the darkest brown, but it's like a chocolate brown. It's that one. I'm gonna go in with the same brush and we're just gonna pack that on. And I'm gonna go back into that camo color just to blend this out. Now I'm gonna go in and cut the crease. So I have a couple of these. I'm gonna mix the darker one. So this one, I'm gonna mix this one here with a little bit of the lighter one, just so that when I put the shimmer, it's actually gonna pop. And then just a little bit of the white one. So I'm just gonna mix them, and then I'm gonna cut my crease with a flat brush like this. So we're cutting the crease. So now to blend that edge out, I'm just gonna go back in with the darkest shade that I used from the James Charles palette. And I'm just gonna buff that there just to make it more seamless. And then I'm gonna go back into the Juvia's palette with the last color, and we're using Amina, this color right here. And I'm just gonna go in with a flat brush and put that all over the lid. Like, it's just such a nice pop of champagne. Clink, clink. So we have the crease cut. Now I'm gonna go and throw on a lash, and I'll be right back because that is not even gonna be a game to play on camera. So let me put it on and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have the lash on. Okay, you can do something like, you can do a lash, or you can wear a lash that has a little bit more like a Vava bow to it.
What?
But it's like a wedding glam, you know? So I just feel like that might be a little bit too much for me. But if you want to go all out and do a full lash, you can do a full lash. I just did something a little bit soft, so you kind of get the attention of the champagne, gold, whatever. I'm gonna go and complete the other half because I'm incomplete, I'm imbalanced. And then I'll be back so we can do the skin, the best part. Okay, one memento, uno memento. Okay, so the skin, the face, I've already primed, I've already prepped. I don't really use a primer. If I was gonna go out, like, I would probably wear like a long-lasting primer of some sort. But my main thing is I just really like to have a glow when I'm done my foundation. I just want to look like, you know, like beaming. I just want to look really glowy. So I always use a serum that gives my skin like a lot of hydration and leaves it with this kind of glow. Just make sure you prime your skin before you do something like this, or just like in general. I'm gonna go in with this foundation. It is Lancome in the color, I think 500. I'm using this instead of my go-to, only because this one is a little bit more full coverage. We're doing glam, sis. So I'm just gonna pump probably like a redonkulous amount of this because I want it to be full glam. I'm just gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. And this foundation has like a demi matte finish, so you'll get a little bit of a glow still from this foundation. I wouldn't say it's as much as the glow that I get from my NARS foundation, but it's still a nice like radiance. I'm gonna go in with my favorite concealer. Probably will never use any other concealer. The NARS concealer in caramel. I'm just gonna go off with this because it is a full glam. And a little bit of here. I know this looks like a lot, but it's okay. We're doing full glam. We're gonna blend it out with the Beauty Blender. See? It's coming together. So I'm gonna set my concealer with my all-time favorite Laura Mercier. Some people want to disrespect me. We're gonna use the Laura Mercier powder. I'm just gonna set it. I'm not gonna bake it. Again, I'm not a baker. And we are locked in. Next, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a bronzer because why not? Where are you, friend? I'm gonna use a cream concealer first. And I'm gonna use the same Beauty Blender and we're just gonna tap that out. And perfect. Last, I'm gonna set it with a little bit of a powder. It's the Studio Fix powder in NW55. I'm just locking it in. I'm not actually trying to make myself that much more bronze with this. I'm just trying to lock in what I've put on. And what's next? Let's fill in the rest of the brow. And I'll go back into my eyes as well and go in with that darkest color that I used from the James Charles palette. And I'm just gonna buff that. Last couple of steps, I'm gonna go in with a highlight because this is glam, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a highlight on my brow bone as well, and just the tip and the sides of my nose. Oh, I also use the Hyper Real from MAC, just in case. The look is basically done. I'm gonna lock everything in with my Fix Plus. Okay, now like if I was actually going to a wedding, I would use the Urban Decay setting spray along with the Fix Plus. The Fix Plus is gonna give the glow. It's gonna give a little bit more of a radiance. But the what do you call it again? The Urban Decay All-Nighter, the All-Nighter setting spray is actually gonna lock it in and it is not gonna move. Hypothetically speaking, they say that it doesn't transfer onto like clothing. Just use it anyways. It's gonna lock it in like for reals. But I'm just gonna use this for now because I'm not going to a wedding. Even though I look like it. Ooh, just gonna let that dry. Wind it back, girl. Wind it back, girl. Touch your hair, touch your floor, touch the. It is dry and we are beaming. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a lip, my classic lip, which is Chesnut lip liner by MAC with. I'm gonna mix some lipsticks. I'm gonna go in with Impulsive and I'm gonna go in with this. A MAC lipstick as well from the like Aaliyah collection that is no longer existing, but the color is called Try Again. It just looks like this. It looks like this. Bruh. It looks like, oh my god, it looks like, it's similar to this color called Sexy by MAC as well. I'm just gonna line my lip. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Impulsive. And I could leave it like this, but I'm gonna throw a little bit of the Aaliyah color on. Just in the center. This is a look. I wanna put on a gloss but I apparently don't have it on me right now. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of Vaseline.
Ooh, the ghetto. The ghetto.
That is super ghetto, by the way. Don't be like me. So this is the completed look. Tell me I'm not channeling like finna walk down the altar vibes. Ooh, caught the bouquet vibes. It's my turn next vibes. You could even be a freaking, what do you call them? What do you call those girls? Bridesmaids. Pulled up at your auntie's wedding to take your man and her maid. Not really, because we don't do those things. This is the completed look. Let me know if you like the look. Create the look. Recreate the look. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And there's something like a notification bell. I'll let y'all go. And I will see you in the next video.